Now, I want you to see that there's so much sunlight here. It's like 8:15 in the evening, and I'm still at work. But you saw probably earlier today when I was pulling apart those hymnals and how easily they came apart and stuff. And part of that's because the hymnals were made in a factory, and they probably used like spray glue or something really easy to do in a factory setting or something. I finished repairing this copy of the Messiah, that's Handel's Messiah, and it's a really nice old copy, but I had to completely go in and repair and restore the thing. So like the binding had to be re-sewn on cords, and it was a lot of work. But one of the things that I didn't do that I was supposed to do according to the order form was I was supposed to bind the spine in leather, and so here we are. I didn't bind the spine in leather. I just did a quickie repair job on it because I lost track of what I was doing. Anyways, so I just wanted to sort of show you that I have to take the book apart, but the way that we make the books in the studio here, it's a tough job. I mean, it doesn't come apart as easily as like those hymnals did. And so normally I can just sort of push on the spine and separate it from the spine of the book, but because of the glues that I use, none of that is happening. It's not going to come apart. It's not going to fall apart at all. And that's part of the reason why I sort of believe in what I do. I mean, my books don't fall apart. They're really difficult to even take apart when that's your plan. So I've got to use a knife and cut it here and just sort of, peel it off of the cover. And then, I've got to get rid of all this new end paper that I put on and try and fix it so that the end paper, it doesn't show. And if I had done it right the first time, I wouldn't have to fix it and repair it. But I mean, that's just the way it is. It's just, accidents do happen, and fortunately, I've had them happen, I guess, often enough in the past that I know how to fix them. But at the same time, it really sucks that I have to go in there and take this book apart, because it's such a, it's in there tough, man. I mean, that is not wanting to come apart. And I can hear Paul Tronson laughing his ass off at me right now. He's like, well, that's an amateur problem, or something like that, because he's making fun of me constantly, But I will give it to him this time. He's right. It was a silly mistake, if he's thinking it or watching this at all. But it's the way of it. So here I am. I'm trying to peel off the work that I've done, and it looks like a total mess now. But that's fixable. It's just, holy smokes, the glue and the new binding and the new cords and everything just don't want to come apart. So as it is, it's she does definitely want the leather. So when I brought it up with her, she was like, oh, that's the way it is, I need the leather because it's a gift for her mom or something. So but holy smokes, that does not want to come apart. And I don't want to break the cover either. But I can sort of cut through some of this because that's where the new leather is going to go anyways. But wowzers. When it comes to doing book repairs, this just goes to show you how serious the work is. I always find it kind of funny that when I have to pull books apart and repair them for clients, that all too often taking the book apart is pretty easy, just because the original binding, the factory binding, is such crap. And so, always embarrassed to show this kind of stuff, but this is what happened, is that the book is actually so well put together that taking it apart requires an awful lot of effort and trashing the book anyway. So here it is. I've taken it apart. I've got to put new headbands, new super, new end sheets, and a new leather spine. But that I'm going to wait for until tomorrow, because it's already 8:30ish, and I don't really feel like staying here all night. I often work very late, but I do have kind of the benefit of being the boss, so I often show up late too. But mistakes like this, it's probably the main reason why I'm not a wealthy man. I admit that these kind of mistakes don't happen all the time. It's like maybe 1 in 100 books, but you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. You know, tomorrow I will endeavor to do a proper job on this one. I did want to sort of show you quickly another book that I just put in the press today for our client Kelly, and that's a nice leather binding, the blue cloth cover. It's called a half binding, and that you know, it opens up beautifully. But she'll be super happy with this book when it's all in her hands. But this was the last one we had to do it for. This is her master's thesis, I think it was her master's thesis. Yeah, it's her master's thesis. Anyways, good on you, Kelly. I don't have time to read your thesis, but I will definitely, you know, bind it up for you. She had 9 other ones done up very similarly, just with the cloth, not with the leather on it. But leather bindings, you know, is really what a lot of people come to us for, and this is just one. So I'm going to stick it back in the press so it sits there overnight, because you don't want the covers to warp. And then tomorrow I'll come back to the Handel's Messiah and finish that up. But again, this YouTube channel, Octavius Maximus, is about this company. It's about what we do around here. There's so much going on, and I'm getting kind of excited about it now that I've taken a few videos and start throwing it out there. You know, it takes a while for them to upload and stuff, and as you can see, I'm not doing this whole professional YouTube thing with like an intro and an extra and all of the editing and the cuts and everything else, because that takes a lot of time. And really what I want to do is show you what our life is like here and what we're really doing and what we're into. You know, as much as I love that extra production value and the sort of sexy cuts and everything, I mean, I'm a huge fan of a lot of YouTubers, and they put in tons of time and effort into their editing and cutting and whatever else. I just don't have that kind of time. And you know, at the same time, it's I've spent the entire day doing nothing but bookbinding all day long, and maybe a little bit of hanging out with friends and stuff as they came to the studio to visit. Our friend Daniel and Dave was in the studio today, and I was talking to him about this YouTube channel as well. And he's game. He's on board. He really wants to do a few things for the bookstore section. I talked to Melanie about doing some stuff, and she's camera shy. She doesn't really want to get on board too much. But I understand it. I mean, whatever. Everybody's got their own thing, right? So, but I mean, I'm blinding myself right now because I'm standing right in front of the window, and this time of day, at this time of the year, the sun just shines right through. So it's really nice. I mean, I don't even technically have to have the lights on right now. But it only lasts for about 20 minutes, so you know, the sun moves from that building across the way to the other building over there in about 20 minutes, and then it's gone. Sunset happens around 9:30 or something like that. So anyways, Thanks for watching, everybody. Do me a favor. I know everybody asks this, but you know, we're setting up this YouTube channel partly to help us pay the rent. And I'm not supposed to say to anybody anything like, you know, check out the advertisements or anything like that. But that is how we get paid for the YouTube channel. So do pay attention to the advertisements. It helps YouTubers. But beyond that, you know, come and get a book done, or send us in something to get repaired or whatever. But the other thing is that the more subscribers we have and the more people that are interested in watching the show, you know, that definitely helps us build up a little bit of a repertoire as well, and keeps us interested in posting videos. So please subscribe, share us on your Facebook or your Twitter, and you know, we'll just keep these videos coming. I want to do several thousand of them. I just want to keep on pumping them out. The nice thing is that you know, we've got Wi-Fi in the studio, and I've got Wi-Fi at the apartment, so it doesn't cost me anything to post them, except a little bit of time waiting for everything to upload and do its thing. So anywho's, I'm gonna let you go. Ciao. Probably talk again later. We'll see. Anyways, have a good night, y'all.